All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, a great millstone, rule well. And peace and salutations to the house of David, the late man pushing his truth and faith and sincerity. Yahweh Bashem, Yahshai, Bashem, Rakakadash, Barakatham. To all you sincere listeners who may tune into this. All right, this is the brother Yatazakai coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahshai, Bashem, Rakakadash. All praises and honor due. All right, and yeah, I just seen this article, of course, this is prophecy like many other prophecies, that's going forth right now. And I was like, hey, I might as well go into it. So without further ado, I'm just jump right into it. It says China planning to double its stockpile of nuclear warheads. Yeah, and this is all this is all the will of Yahweh Shai, man. This is all the will of Yahweh Shai. China stacking up these warheads, man, is all prophecy. Why? Because it's gonna be America, Babylon is gonna be destroyed by nuclear missiles, by nuclear warheads. That's why these nations are prepping and gathering all these warheads. Why? Because they're gonna send it on the horde, man. Matter of fact, let's get this Revelations 17. Revelations chapter 17 and verse 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and they shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." And that's going into the European Union, NATO, and the EU. Because America has alliances with other nations who are turning on them as well, who have nuclear capabilities. So they gonna send nukes over here too to completely obliterate this place. Verse 17, it says, "For Yahweh shall have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled." And now we in the time of Yahweh Shai's words being fulfilled, man. We're in the time of Yahweh Shai's words being fulfilled, and ultimately the judgment in the word that's pronounced against America is nuclear destruction, But I'm gonna read a little bit of this article and grab a couple of pre's. I ain't gonna make it too long through the spirit, Lord willing. It says China is likely planning to double its stockpile of nuclear warheads in this decade, including those designed for ballistic missiles, and that can reach the U.S. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. Matter of fact, let's go to Psalm 60 real quick. Let's go to Psalm 60. It's Psalms chapter 60 and verse 8. It says, "Moab is my watchpot over Edom. Will I cast out my shoe? Philistia, triumph thou because of me." So Moab is the watchpot, man. It says, "Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom?" Yahweh Shai is going to use these other nations to pretty much bring destruction forth to Edom, which the strong city, speaking of America, it says back in the article, it says, "Even so, China's nuclear force would be dwarfed by that of the U.S., which has estimated 3,800 warheads ready for action and more in reserve." According to the report, China currently has nuclear warheads in the low 200s, but is nearing the ability to launch nuclear strikes by air, land, and sea. This is the first time the U.S. military has disclosed China's nuclear warhead count. It says the Trump administration has been urging China to join a nuclear arms treaty with the U.S. and Russia to limit nuclear arms expansion between the three nations, but China has refused. Woo! Shit. Why? Because these nations, man, they got it in their mind to destroy this place, It says Chinese foreign ministry officials have said their arsenal is not big enough to be included in negotiated limits. It says Chinese officials have said pressuring China to join a trilateral agreement should not be used as an excuse to walk away from START, the existing U.S. Russia nuclear agreement set to expire in February. It could be renewed for up to 5 years if Moscow and Washington agree, which they're not. It says in July, and even if they do agree, it don't matter. Yahweh Shah is gonna still um destroy this place through nuclear destruction. Why? Because that's the will of the Lord. It's written. It say none of these shall fail, man. Whatever is written in this book is gonna happen. And how I see my shot. So like you said, this place gonna be. How about my shot said this place gonna be destroyed through nuclear destruction. That's how it's gonna be destroyed. It says in July, a senior Chinese diplomat said Beijing would be happy to join such an agreement if the U.S. was willing to reduce its arsenal to the size of China's, which America's not. You know. It says the Pentagon said the growth projection is based on factors such as Beijing having enough material to double its stockpile without new fissile material production. It says the report said that the Chinese Communist Party is looking to create a favorable international environment for a national rejuvenation. They have decided their armed forces should take a more active role in advancing their foreign policy goals. The expansion of Chinese nuclear forces is part of a broader effort to assert more power on the world stage with the goal of matching or surpassing the U.S. as a global superpower by 2049, which we're not lasting that long. You know, it says, Lord willing, it says, party leaders also view a divided China as a weak China and will work toward full reunification. Ooh, wow. And what they gonna reunify to do? To pretty much destroy this place. They gonna all come together on one accord with one common enemy, which is Esau Edom. America. It says reintegrating Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau on Beijing terms by the end of 2049. Defense Secretary Mark Esper warned of China's plans 3 days before the report was released on Twitter. It says as communist China moves to at least double the size of its nuclear stockpile, modernizing our nuclear force and maintaining readiness is essential to a free and open Indo-Pacific, he wrote. It says the Trump administration has used such predictions to justify spending hundreds of billions of dollars to modernize the U.S. nuclear arsenal. It says the plan begun during the Obama administration is to replace all major elements of the nuclear force, submarines, long-range bombers, and land-based missiles over the next 30 years at a cost projected to top $1 trillion. That includes the cost of sustaining and operating the force and updating warheads as well as command and control systems. Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden has not made clear whether he'll continue the plan should he win in November. It says the Pentagon also suggested China may adopt a higher level of nuclear combat readiness. As of now, it keeps its nuclear warheads stored separately from its missiles and launchers and would need warning to prepare them for war. It says the report said that evidence discovered last year indicated China wants to keep a portion of its force in a state of alert known as launch on warning. Thus, its silo-based ICBMs would be armed in peacetime and ready for launch on short notice, which is how the U.S. ICBM force operates. Woo-wee! In 1 hour, should that great horde be destroyed, man? So we hear Akim, we hear, man. This article is just another example of how we in the end, man. And another example about how these scriptures are real, man. These scriptures are real. Um, let's go to Salakia. Let's go to Bear with me, brother Salakia. Um, of course, we're gonna go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 50. Yeah, I'm gonna just start here at Jeremiah 50 and 9. I'm gonna just read down a little bit on this. This Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9 says, "For lo, I will raise up and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain." Yeah, so Russia gonna link up with China, and another Iran, and some more of these nations, even these nations who are allied with America, they gonna link up with these nations as well, man. you know, it says, "And Chaldea shall be a spoil," which the modern day Chaldea is America. You know, "All that spoil her shall be satisfied," said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So that's why you got China, doubling up on their nuclear warheads. Trying to double up on their nuclear warheads and refusing to go into a nuclear arms treaty with America. You know, it says, "Because they were glad, because they rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage." Yeah, Zephaniah 2 speaks about how, he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of my eye, man. And also Revelations, the 11th chapter, speak about how you son gifts to each other. Esau, Edom, and you other heathen nations. When we was down. So you was happy to take our captive nation in captivity. And you are the destroyers of my heritage. Pertaining to Psalms 137 chapter. Remember Edom. Who said, raise it to the foundations thereof. It says, "Because they were glad, because they rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because they are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls." Yeah, example of that, having 3,800 nuclear missiles, man. Nuclear warheads. Ready for action. It says, "Your mother shall be sore confounded." Speaking of Britain, London. Your damn that's your damn mother. Which your mother is ashamed of you. Brexit, man. They don't want nothing to do with your ass no more, man. It says, "Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert." It says, "Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues." And so it's letting you know what kind of plagues will somebody see that they gonna hiss and be astonished at, man. This gonna be this nuclear destruction that's gonna ensue on this place. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord." So Yahweh Shem Yahshua is putting it on these nations' mind to gather these their nuclear stockpiles, man. So they can pretty much destroy this place. Why? Because they have sinned against the Lord, man. And those arrows represents these nuclear missiles. I'm gonna jump down a little bit to verse 22. This is Jeremiah 50 and 22. It says, "A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction." And that's these nations conducting their military war games, their military drills, testing their nuclear missiles and these different missiles, these different articles like this. It says, "How is the armor of Salaki, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" Why? Because they have sinned against the Lord. That's why this place is going to be destroyed by nuclear destruction. It says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon." Yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahshua have laid a snare, for thee. That's thinking that you so super and powerful that no one can come up against you. You know, oh, you at league with these other nations, like we read at Revelation 17. You know, like these nations scared to buck up on you, man. That's a snare that Yahweh shall lay for you. You know, he lets you get puffed up in your own pride and conceit, you know, just so you can be destroyed. You know, it says, and thou was not aware thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Yahweh shall, yeah, being prideful is striving against the Lord. You know, it says the Lord Yahweh shall have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Lord of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. So this is ultimately the work of the Lord, man. This is the the purposes of the Lord to destroy this place, man. A part of his armory and his weapons are these nuclear missiles. You know, it says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing left of her be left. And what can do that? Only these nuclear missiles. It says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the day of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Shai, our power, the vengeance of his temple. And the only ones that's going to escape are the servants of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man. And the servants of Yahweh Shai Mashiach is going to declare what's going to come to this place before it comes. It says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. China, Iran, Russia, even these nuclear alliances, all of them is gonna bend the bow, which is pretty much prepare these nukes to destroy this place. It says camp against it round about, which all these nations are camping against it round about. All these nations, when they speak about their nukes, they speak about how they can reach over here to the U.S. Just like North Korea got nukes that can now reach over here. It says, and mind you, China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea are all in league with each other. And they all got one common enemy. It says, recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh Shai, against the Holy One of Israel. Yep. So this place is gonna be destroyed, man. Point blank, period, man. You're gonna see more and more stuff like this as time goes on, man. Why? Because we coming into that the great judgment of the Heavenly Father that's pronounced against Babylon the Great, which is America. So that's it, man. I pray through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. That's edifying. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, a great millstone, rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David. Shalom to the elect.